Hi guys, today's video is going to be a tutorial on this purple lilac eye makeup look that's perfect for spring. If you want to see how I achieve this look, then please keep on watching. So the first step, as always, is to first prime our lids with the Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC, and I'm using the same Real Techniques brush that I've been using in past tutorials, and I'm just blending that all over the lid. So I'm first going to start off with the Artist Palette by Anastasia, and I'm going to set the paint pot first. So I'm going to go in with a shade called Buttery and just apply that all over the lid. So I'm going to keep most of this look kind of on the more mauve purple side. So I'm going to go in with a shade called Dusty Rose, which is a warm mauve matte shade, and this will be our transition color. I'm using the Sigma E35 to apply this into the crease. Next, I'm going in with a shade called Bitten by Makeup Geek, and I'm going to be applying this a bit below the transition shade that we just used with a Sigma E25 brush. And I'm just going to build this color up slowly because I don't really want the crease area to be too dark. Now I'm going in with the shade called Cherry Cola by Makeup Geek, and I'm just going to apply this shade into the outer V. This is the area where I want the eye makeup look to look the darkest. So I'm going to be building this color up until it gets pretty dark with a MAC 217 brush. And I'm kind of making like a V shape with my brush. So I got this eyeshadow shade that was a part of my BoxyCharm monthly subscription. If you're interested in joining, they have amazing full-size products from high-end brands. I'm going to leave a link down below so that you can check it out, and if you are interested, you can join using that link. To help deepen that outer V a little bit more, I'm going back in with the Artist Palette and using the shade called Aubergine using the same MAC 217 brush. I'm not putting the shade directly on top of Cherry Cola because I still want Cherry Cola to still be peeking out, so I'm going to put this a little bit more closer to the lid. And this is just going to really help darken the look a little bit more. So now for the lid color, I'm going in with the shade called Daydreamer by Makeup Geek. It's one of their foiled eyeshadows, and I'm going to apply this using the Sigma E54 brush. And I also use this wet. I just sprayed a little bit of Fix Plus on my brush just to get more pigmentation. For lashes today, I'm going to use my all-time favorite by House of Lashes. They are the Iconic Lashes. Now getting started on with the face, I'm going to use the new Muddy Body Muddy Glow Elixir to add a little nice glow and some hydration to the skin before applying my foundation. I do have a coupon code for 10% off of Muddy Body products. It's just my name, Monair. I'll leave it in the description box and somewhere in this video if you're interested in checking them out. For my primer today, I'm going to use the Dermalogica Skin Perfect Primer and apply that all over the skin. So you guys know I've been obsessed with like a glowy base, so I'm going to apply the new Iconic London Illuminated Drops all over the face first before applying my foundation, just so that I could get that extra glow. Then I'm going to blend that all out with a damp beauty blender. I'm going to look kind of shiny at first, but when you put the foundation on, you don't really notice it, but it still leaves that nice glow on your face. For foundation today, I'm going to use the Anastasia Stick Foundation in Warm Tan. I do really like a full coverage finish, so I am going to be pretty heavy-handed with this. And I'm just going to be blending everything out with a damp beauty blender again. To highlight the under eyes and the nose and the forehead, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Medium. Then I'm going to bake using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. So I like to highlight the rest of my face after I basically set my under eyes. So I'm just going back in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and highlighting my nose and forehead. So after a few minutes, I'm just going to wipe the bake off using the Sigma E35 tapered highlight brush. To bronze up the face, I'm using the Urban Decay Beach Bronzer in Bronzed, and I'm going to apply this using a Firma Beauty 102 brush that is a part of their Elite collection. So now to contour the face, I'm using my all-time favorite contour shade, which is the Benefit Hoola Bronzer, and I'm using the Volare Cosmetics F05 brush to apply this into the hollows of my cheeks. So I'm going back in with those illuminated drops that I used at the beginning, and I'm applying that to the high points of my cheeks, my nose, my lip, just to highlight the face, and I'm going to be blending that out with a damp beauty blender. So I love an intense highlight, so I'm going in with the Anastasia Moonchild Glow Kit palette and using the shade called Purple Horseshoe to apply that right on top of those illuminated drops that we just applied. For blush, I'm using the Amaretto shade from the Becca and Jaclyn Hill collab using a Makeup Shack large angle brush. So I'm going back and finishing up the eyes, and I'm using the Cherry Cola and Aubergine shade to smoke out the bottom lash line, and I'm using a NYX Cosmetics smudge brush. And to finish everything, I'm using Dose of Colors Bury Me Too as my lipstick shade. And that completes the look for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down below, and thank you guys so much for watching.